Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cochise Red Hot. This is the show where the chips are crunchy, the salsa spicy, and where we find out if you can dip into the heat. Today's guest is Ash Dalkey, an art instructor here at the college. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Hondo. Thank you guys for having me.
No problem. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. I'm excited.
Good? Yeah.
I'm excited to taste some flavors. I saw you guys setting up, and we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
How are you with spicy foods?
I'm pretty good. I like spicy foods. I like shows like Hot Ones, and I've tried some of the extra spicy hot sauces from there. So I think I might be okay, but I don't want to. We will see. So pretty good.
So would you say is that the spiciest thing you've ever eaten?
Yeah, some of those hot sauces from So that's pretty spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And how about let's get started with dipping into the first level.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's get into it. I get a good amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like we got to make this fair.
Yeah. Oh. Pretty good. And once again, the salsa was made by our the Douglas campus here, in the Quipas. Thank you guys so much. They make it fresh and it tastes amazing as always.
It always does. It's my favorite thing when it's out at events. I always go straight to the salsa.
Yeah, it's
so
amazing.
Thank you guys.
So how about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I am an artist. I'm an educator. I like going on hikes and hanging out with my dog and my cats.
And Ash, where are you from originally? Like, what brought you to Cochise?
Awesome. That's a really good question. So I grew up in the Midwest, in the Chicago area. I did my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Wisconsin, and then when I was looking for a master's program, I came out to the U of A, and I did my master's there. And then I hung around Tucson for a little bit, teaching at a few different places, and then I was hired on full-time down here in Douglas, and then I've been here ever since, and I've been teaching at the college. This is my 5th year.
How's it been working here at the college for you?
It's been really good. I mean, I think I'm really lucky to have great students, great colleagues. I think in the art department too, we have a great community. And so I know I'm really thankful for that, and that's what keeps me coming back. My colleagues and the students,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, we're going to dip into the salsa again.
Great. Second level?
No, we're dipping into the same one.
I see.
No, yeah,
I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah, we get into the same one.
Every question we do that.
Every other question.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Sorry. What inspired you guys to come up with or inspired you to come up with the mural in the library?
So I want to give a quick shout out to Jen Marie Zalesnik, who is the 2D art instructor on Sierra Vista. With her art club, she did a mural at the library in Sierra Vista, and then also she's been running a mural class up there the last few years. And I thought it was a great opportunity to do something like that down here. So I was inspired by that, and wanted to provide a similar experience for my students on Douglas.
And what was your reaction whenever the mural was finally done?
It's so exciting. We had the ribbon cutting, and we might talk about this a little bit later, some of the things that are in the mural, but with folks drawing on the outside, it's like we saw it kind of complete in terms of paint at the end of the fall semester. And so I was really proud of my students, seeing that big task that they took on. And then with the ribbon cutting, it was really exciting to see folks drawing on the mural, and then it kind of felt complete. So a lot of pride. I mean, it's a big project, and students committed and dove into it. And so it's exciting for me to see my students complete a huge task like that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it is the first mural on any like Cochise college ground, right?
It
Like,
might be.
I
I can
think it
speak
will.
for Douglas.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's any other murals on the Douglas campus except for the decommissioned semis that are out behind the art building. We've been doing murals there, but on actual buildings, I think on Douglas, definitely. I think maybe also for Sierra Vista, but I'm not as familiar. Like, I know that campus, but I'm not as
Yeah.
familiar with that.
Yeah. And can you describe the vision or the theme behind this mural?
So we're really lucky to reach out to Ashley Gray, one of the librarians here on campus. She was excited to be able to collaborate with us. We thought the library could be a good space because it's communal. Students use that space frequently, and so we thought beautification of that building in particular could be wonderful. And so Ashley Gray and Toby over in the library, they wanted something to celebrate the 60th anniversary, but they also wanted it to be something that's timeless. They didn't want like a big 6-0.
Yeah.
And so we started to think about Cochise County. We dove into the history of the college. We looked at some of the archives here. We also looked up and did research for local flora and fauna, so making it feel like Cochise County and Douglas in particular. So that was some of the inspiration.
Especially if you go look at it, it looks amazing. It's very bright and colorful. It looks amazing. Go check it out. It's in the library. But with that being said, how about we get into the second level? We dip
got
into
it.
it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. This
There you
one's a bit
go.
more watery. Oh, good.
That's good.
That's
I
really
like
good.
that one.
Wow, that's really good.
I like the flavors in it. I think there's more garlic, maybe? I don't know. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good. Ash, can you tell me what's like the biggest challenge you would say in guiding students through like through the mural making process? What was it like?
Well, I really wanted students to have ownership of the mural. So I saw myself more as a facilitator. So all the students who were in the mural class had taken drawing, design, painting with me in the past. And so they had those skill experiences. And so I found it as, I was guiding them. And so the challenge was having students feel confident painting on a wall because there's this fear of, oh, it's permanent. Oh, it's going to be around for a while. I don't want to mess this up. And so it was really just giving them that confidence. There's always challenges along the way when you're making a public work of art. There's communication with the client, making sure everyone's on board, doing like the materials order. And so there's little challenges, but I think for me, the students kind of made it easy, to be totally honest, because they were so excited. But sometimes it was that initial fear of painting on a wall and knowing that it was going to be permanent
Forever. Yeah.
And what I did is we traced the image on the wall, and then nobody wanted to start. So then I just got some paint and I just I don't even know if it was
went at it.
I don't think it was an accurate paint mark at all, but I
Yeah.
just put a color on the wall and I'm like, guys,
Just
go.
Just do it.
I'm now giving you permission to continue this. Yeah.
And what would you say? Were there any students who had specific roles in doing the mural? Was there this person, you're gonna do this, or you're gonna do the bird, right?
Yeah.
And or you're gonna use this specific color, and that's your color. Were there any specific roles like that?
Not really. I mean, what I did as a teacher, I think what's really inspiring about art making is everybody's skills are so different. And so when it came to organizing some of those work days, sometimes it was, hey, we need to work on the Roadrunner. First person to walk in the door, hey, you're blocking in this color. And so a lot of times it was organized in that way. Or if I knew somebody was struggling with an area, the last class, I might have somebody else work on that area. So there's kind of this push and pull. of another set of eyes looking at that particular area. So I would say it really just came down to organization, what needed to happen, and knowing their skills, since a lot of them I've had for at least a year worth of classes. So I kind of knew their strengths and assigning things based on that.
And with that being said, let's dip into it again.
Yes. This one's good.
This one's really good. I'm excited to dip into it again. Really good.
It is really good.
And with this being such a big project, how did you help guide students like by developing their artistic skills,
Yeah.
especially with or their confidence through such a big project like this? Because I'm sure there was a little bit of pressure because of the fact that it's going to be here, it's going to be here forever. So how was that like of trying, developing their skills or getting their confidence up?
Yeah, and so I did my best. I was really motivated for this class. I wanted students to feel like after the class that they could go out and propose a mural project somewhere in the community. And I think that's one of the cool things we do as a community college is thinking about our direct community and how we can make an impact. And so throughout the process, I had students, they did their own research. They researched local and regional artists who make murals and talked about what they like about their murals, what they didn't like as much, how they use space. And then they went through the design process individually and then in small groups and then all together. They did client presentations, so to the library. Ashley and Carly came out to my class and, they gave their feedback before the final design went to be approved. So I think for me, building that confidence is just sharing as much as possible what I know about the mural making process, so then students can use that in their own future.
Yeah.
Right. And I have full confidence that everybody in that class could go and do a mural out on their own.
Anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And were there any struggling moments during the time making of the mural?
Yes.
And and how did you guys overcome them?
I think one thing which I don't know when this is going to air, but we were talking about is like midway through the semester, there's a little bit of a slump. So there's a time where you have to be more of a cheerleader as a faculty member. So I think any issue was mainly that cheerleading, keeping people focused. Like, you've taken a class with me, so sometimes it's like when you're halfway through a drawing or a painting, it's hard to see what that final image is going to be. And so the remotivation process was probably the hardest part of the mural. I mean, the students all worked together fabulous. I couldn't have asked for a better group of students to be in that class working together and collaborating. So, yeah, I don't know. It was really just that motivation, I think, that we all kind of deal with at the midpoint of the semester.
And now we're introducing a new guest to the podcast, Jay Vega. Jay is an art major here at Cochise College, and welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
How are you with spicy foods?
I'm pretty alright, I think.
Pretty all right. All right, well, if you want to, you're more than welcome to try the first one.
First one.
The first one, yeah. All right. So, Jay, we're talking about the mural right now and the entire process of how it was like. And right now, I'm going to ask you, were there any moments when you struggled with the painting or with doing the mural, and how'd you overcome it?
I think the hardest part of doing a mural is just the amount of time it takes, because it's such a labor-intensive process. It's a large wall, so when you have to paint all of it, going back and forth between layers to really make it show can be kind of exhausting. But when you step back and look at it, when it's done, it's like super awesome.
And so what would you say, is that like that was your reaction whenever you saw the final mural finished?
We were so proud of it.
And did you have any specific roles in doing the mural, or everyone was just kind of doing everything?
Well, we kind of all jumped back and forth between doing everything, but I primarily did a lot of the Roadrunner.
Mm-hmm. And all right, well, thank you so much. And with that being said, we're gonna dip one more time into the medium.
So
Well, this will be your first time.
Oh, this one's really good, Jay.
This one's
So-
really good. I'm gonna get a good amount just because I really like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
I need like a gallon of that.
I got some more. And Ash, with
Oh God, I swallowed wrong. No.
you okay?
I was telling you beforehand, don't breathe it in wrong,
Oh yeah.
and I just breathed it in.
Ash, were there any unexpected moments or creative breakthroughs during the project, during the creating of the mural?
One of the great things that I was able to see as an instructor is how students were teaching each other. And for me, that was one of my favorite moments, is watching students, if they're having trouble using the brush to get a specific edge or curve, you know, other students who were right next door to them, like helping them out. And so that was unexpected, but it was also really lovely to see. And I think that was also just everybody in the class, and the community that was kind of built with the students there. And so that was unexpected and really a joy for me to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Jay, what was the most exciting part of doing the mural, or just what was the most rewarding, aspect to working on it?
I think the most rewarding thing of making the mural is knowing that it's going to be there for many years and people are going to see it and interact with it, and it's going to be something, I guess, to be remembered by.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really the most rewarding part.
It's the most rewarding part. All right, well, that being said, we're about to get to the next level. Into hot. We're dipping into hot now.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
not going to breathe it in this time. Let's see.
Woo, you guys ready?
What are you taking? Just kidding. This is fine.
All right. Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little smoky. Is that the it's good. I like the smoky flavor.
Wow, that's very smoky. I like that. That's pretty good. Wow.
Yeah, I could also do a gallon of that.
Yeah. What techniques or styles did you introduce, or have you introduced to students that they may not have known before?
I mean, I think it was so individualized because folks in that class, some of them have taken painting with me, so they had a pretty good experience working with brushes. And so some of that was just working big. And so the differences of working big and how folks interact with the mural. So when you walk into the gallery, or when you walk into the library, it's the first thing you see. And so what happens, like what do you see first, second, or third? We talk about that on a smaller scale with studio paintings or drawings, but it's a little bit different when folks can walk up to it and have a different interaction with it. So I think in terms of skills, we talked a lot about composition, and I had them do artist presentations on local, regional, international mural artists to see what strategies they use, whether it was composition or color, whatever it might be. And so for me, it was composition, and then seeing what other folks are doing that you feel is successful or not so successful.
And Jay, have you learned any, or did you learn any new techniques or skills that you didn't have before?
Honestly, just like using a projector to draw on large scale, because I've done murals in the past, but usually we just try to eyeball it, like kind of the sketch to the wall, but using the projector was so much easier.
Yeah.
Well, that means we're gonna dip into it again,
Nice.
into the hot.
Okay, we're going for it.
I'm going for it. Yeah.
Surround chip. It's good. It does, like, the spice sits on your tongue in a different spot.
It's really good.
This one's dangerous though because it's not like an initial reaction. It's like you sit
builds
with
up.
it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it builds up. It's building up.
It's great. Jay, do you want water?
It's great.
I'd rather milk.
All right, so since you guys are artists and we have a couple artists here, we're gonna be playing a little game where
Uh-oh.
we're gonna be on a time limit, and we're gonna be using whiteboards to draw an animal.
Oh no.
So,
Yes!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jay's gonna do better than me. I already know this.
All right. So, are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right. So the first thing we're gonna be drawing is a dog.
Oh, great. Okay.
I'm not an art, kinda.
You know how to draw.
I'm gonna draw a dog.
I'm gonna draw the most cartoony dog that I can.
Oh yeah. Huh? How's your guys' dogs coming up?
Pretty good.
We have 20 seconds.
Oh
20
wait.
seconds.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
forgot
hang
you
on,
said
hang
it
on.
was quick.
Yeah. I'm doing my dog. 20 seconds.
Oh my god, it's a big dog. Okay, I'm gonna take it in
Okay.
the face.
5 seconds. And down.
Okay. Jay.
Are you guys
Oh my
ready?
god, see I told
You
you.
guys ready?
Yeah, I wanna
Yeah.
see yours.
Boom.
Beautiful. Look at that. See, I
Oh,
told
that's good. That's really
Jay's
good.
killing it already.
I was trying to draw my dog from memory.
Oh, the dog. Oh, that's cute. All right, now, you guys ready for the next one?
Yes. I'm nervous though.
Don't worry. It's simple. It's a cat.
Oh
a
yeah.
cat.
Very similar.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to try to do what Jay did. Try to be... Okay.
And how many seconds do we have?
30.
Okay.
Now it's like 20.
Oh my god, mine's so funny. Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh,
Wait,
God.
hang on.
10 seconds.
Oh no.
Okay, done.
Y'all, I
What?
just want to say I am qualified to teach drawing. Before you see this drawing, I just want you to know that. Okay.
We're ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I for reals do know
Okay.
how to draw cats. Like,
I started freaking out on the body. I tried to
Yeah.
do the body.
Okay. Yeah, that just like as quick as possible.
This is a rough looking cat.
It's okay.
Oh, that's cute.
I just-
That's nice.
I didn't have time for the face, so I just made a smiley face.
Just made a smiley face.
It's like that's close enough.
Yeah. All right. Now for the final animal.
Oh goodness. Okay.
You guys ready?
I did this to you guys on like the first day of class. Do you
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Draw a cat, and now I'm like, ooh.
You
Anyway,
ready with the timer? All right.
what do we got?
Koala. Go.
Oh god. What do they look like?
Oh God, how do they look like? Oh. I know they have a big nose. A big nose. Really big nose. Okay, like this. They're really furry.
10 seconds.
Stop.
5 seconds.
No. Wait, please give me more time. They have a...
Go.
Jay, yours is so good. Okay. I'll
Okay, this
show
is
mine
mine.
first. A good mate. I love it. I love it.
good mate.
Yep.
Good, I mean, you know. There we go.
I think I spent more time on the tree.
That's
than I
really
did on-
good. I panicked and I forgot how koala looked like.
I like remember the ears, but then everything else I was like, I don't remember.
I know they had big ears. They had like big bellies, right?
Do we remember the moral of this story? This is for all my students. Do you guys know the moral of this story?
Oh, you're putting me on.
I
Yep.
just know this, I feel.
It was to see how good you are at doing stuff really fast.
That's a part of it. But it's always good to have a reference photo to look at.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't always remember everything about animals or whatever you're drawing. So always give yourself a photo.
Always give yourself a
That
photo.
teaching moment here on the
Teaching
podcast.
moment. All right. Well, with the drawing game over, we dip back into that one.
We're dipping.
We're dipping again.
All right, let's
Dipping
go.
again.
Let's go. I'm kind of like scoop it up.
I'm scooping it, dude. I'm going all in.
I just dipped it like
Going
this, so I can like.
Just a little dip. I went for it. That's good.
It's good, but it starts to build just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, how did you incorporate students and their ideas and creativity into the first design?
Yeah, so I let them. So we did initial research about things from the archives. Students brought in images from campus. They looked up local flora and fauna. They brought that in, and I kind of let them, kind of in small groups, determine some of the things that we talked about for composition, etc. And I let them go for it. I think one of the interesting things that came out of that, which you see in the mural, is having an interactive element. So as a whole, the class was about collaboration between students, but they wanted to continue that. They didn't want the mural just to be static, here's a painting and it's done. And so that's where the kind of chalk border kind of came into fruition, where students can go and draw and doodle in that edge. And so that was something that came out of those initial conversations, and with the library we figured out a good solution for that. So I guess, letting as a faculty member, not being in control of the situation, like letting them figure out their ideas and not stepping in too much and be like helicopter teacher.
Yeah.
I think that helped a lot of the creative ideas come out.
And Jay, how did working with like a team of artists influence your approach to the creativity?
Well, I think because everyone put a little bit of it in, because we had an original design. I was actually part of the team. Like me and Dale and Kat did a lot of the design, the original design. But then obviously when we were painting it, a lot of everyone else chimed in their little part. For example, like Mia did the big butterfly in the middle, or like Mark suggested the chalkboard paint, or Doug did the texture on the mountains, and Sean also helped us a lot with the planes. And so like everyone did a little bit of everything for they added a lot to the mural design.
I really like the chalkboard, the paint. I really like that.
For a long time, it was just the blue border, and then I feel like now with that spot activated, like it feels complete to me. So it's really exciting, like every time I go in there and see different drawings, different things up. And so I'm excited to see the mural activated in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I drew an amazing Homer on there, so if you spot it, you'll see it. But with that being said, let's dip right back into that one.
I'm into it. I almost took
I
another
like
chip.
it, but man, it is spicy. I don't know.
That one's good.
Very good. And what do you hope that this mural communicates to the community?
Well, I think one of the things is looking at the beauty of the everyday. So we incorporated a lot of things that, like ocotillo, barrel cactus, roadrunners, like things that we see in our environment. And so I think, finding the beauty in the everyday, but then also feeling like they're a part of something bigger too. I mean, it's subtle, but if you're drawing with the chalk paint, or drawing with the chalk in the border, it's like they become a part of the collaboration process. So then it's like you're connected with everybody else who's drawn on that, and same with like the folks in the mural class. So for me, it was, maybe about the beauty in the everyday, but then also this idea of ongoing collaboration. Yeah.
And Jay, what do you hope that people feel or take away from this mural?
I want them to see the beauty in our community, because that's what I feel like I really try to put a lot of that in, just to really make it a beautiful piece of art so that people can see, like, even though we have a small community, it's very beautiful, and many people don't see that, what they have right in front of them. And I also wanted people to feel like art can flourish anywhere, so their creativity, especially with the chalkboard, like, to be able to draw on it, kind of like to push their creativity forward.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That's amazing, and I hope it does, because now we're getting into the final one, Cochise Red Hot. We're dipping into it.
Final salsa.
The final one.
The final boss. Here we
You guys,
go.
we got to get a good dip. It's got to be a good dip.
How- This much?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks pretty good.
Jay's looking at me like, oh my god. Okay.
So just a bit. Try it.
All right. Ready?
Okay. Yep.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah.
It's there.
Oh,
The
it's
spice.
there. Oh,
It's there.
It's
I
there.
definitely don't want to inhale this one in.
Ooh, that's there. Oh, that's there. That is there.
I'm kind of into it. I might take another.
It's okay. It's okay. Whew.
I'm tempted to take another.
Would you consider doing another mural project in the future? If so, what would you change?
Yeah. So I think. Okay. First, yes, absolutely. Whether that is on campus or in the community, I'm still deciding. I think there's something really powerful about doing something in a space where students inhabit, and also a space where, you know, you get to walk by it every day or almost every week. So it's either that or in the community. I know on Sierra Vista they've been doing a lot of murals in the community, and so we might do that too, because I think it's a way of beautification of not just our campus but our community. Things I might change. I don't know. I had such a good experience that I don't know if I would change anything. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to actually articulate something that would change because it was such a great semester. I don't know. Jay might have another reaction to that, but
Would you want to answer the question?
Oh, what was the question again?
It was, if you were to consider, would you consider doing another mural? And if so, what would you change about it?
I actually would like to do a mural. Maybe, I mean, on campus, sure, but maybe on the border wall, because I would like to. Actually, what I would like to see it be like a picture along all of the line of people holding hands, to show that
that's sweet.
we're all united, that we're all one people, and you know, we're, at the end of the day, we're all just humans, not separate.
I hope. Well, I hope you get to do that one day.
And I love too when I'm driving in the line, it's like watching the murals kind of go by, and I'd love to see like those empty spots filled.
We're gonna dip into it again.
We're gonna do it. I believe in you. You can
Have
do
some
it.
water. Have some water, man.
No. And as an instructor, how do you separate your time from teaching art and then compared to whenever you're actually doing your own personal art?
Oof, that's a good question. So, that's a hard question. I would say during the semester, it can depend. Sometimes I try to schedule time, like in my Google Calendar, where in the evening when I go home, it's like I have to spend 2 hours Monday and Tuesday on my own art practice, where I don't do anything else. I don't do laundry. Sometimes I have to schedule it. It's a lot harder during the semester because I try to invest as much time as I can in the students and their process and doing my best job as a teacher. But then, breaks, I normally try to dive into my art practice even more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's a hard balance.
Hard
and
balance.
I wish I had like a different, more inspiring answer to that is like I make every day. But,
Uh-huh.
I think for me, I like sharing art making with folks. And so the teaching part is also really important to me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And, oh, Jay, how would you say your art skills have improved from whenever you first started
Well,
doing art?
I actually, okay. I brought in a drawing from a really, really long time ago.
Huh?
If you guys want to see it,
Okay.
can I get it?
Oh, I want to see.
Yeah, and it's actually a little drawing of animals, so it's like to show the comparison.
Oh my god.
It's good.
That is
I'm
good.
trying to determine the flavor in that. There's like something subtle that I can't put my finger on. I'm going for it. I love all of these.
Oh.
Wait, this is my dog. I used to, I mean, I still do, obviously, but I've always wanted to be a storyteller
Uh-huh.
and an artist, a writer, and so I would make these little storybooks
Oh my
of
gosh.
animals, and so I have them here. These are from like really, this were like what, first grade? I was like maybe 6 years old, and so I mean, you can be the judge of how much my skill has improved, but
I would say it's definitely improved.
I mean, yeah.
But that's like, it's so exciting for you to bring those in. I haven't seen these, and so,
No.
it's like, I don't know. These are fun. This is what we do as kids. And it's like activating that and that curiosity. I like the flowers on front too.
These are so old, but
Really?
yeah. I mean, I went from not being able to draw how we all start drawing, not really being able to draw anything realistically. I can draw realistically in cartoon, and I can draw people and animals and environments, and honestly, anything that I feel like I can draw, I can. And it's mostly just about being consistent with it and not giving up, and really, if you want to improve, like studying exactly what's going on beneath the surface and just like being persistent with it. Yeah, keeping at it.
Mm-hmm. And different from being in the same class with you at one point. I really look forward to seeing your own drawings.
Thank you.
All right, this question's for the both of you guys. What has been your favorite part of being a part of the art program here at Cochise College so far?
Do you want to start?
The people and the experiences and the opportunities, because I feel like if I was right now off to a large university, I wouldn't have as close of a connection with the people around me as I do here, and I think that really taught me a lot. Staying here another 2 years before going off has taught me, I guess, in a way, like humility a lot, and I've really appreciated that. All the help that I get from my instructors, obviously Ash, and everyone. I really kind of love the environment here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for me, well, I love teaching at the community college level, which is a totally different conversation. But for the students too, it's like we have good class sizes, so being able to see the same students over and over again, because I do have a part-time faculty member in the spring, but I know all the students. I know what they made in their first class with me to the second class, the third class, fourth, fifth, sixth. So it's like I'm able to push them in their art making in a very specific way because I know like what threads through their work, what things are consistent, or what things, that they need, a little pushing on. And so for me, I think it's really exciting to see students to continue with opportunities in the community and just seeing that sort of impact of being able to kind of launch some of my students into a successful atmosphere, whether that's at another institution or here in Cochise County.
And definitely. I think that's really like the beauty of being here at Cochise College is definitely just that you get so much more of like a close what's it called, relationship with like people or your instructors, especially. Sorry, it's all on my tongue.
And I just feel so lucky too. Jay brought it up, like the people, like the students. I love my students here. I love my colleagues. You know, I think it's a really special environment to be able to teach in. So I just, you know, I'm really grateful for that.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on this episode of Coachie's Red Hot. Thank you so much, Ash and Jay. If you're looking to take an art class, definitely take it with Ash. Definitely take it. It's worth it. Trust me. As someone who I thought lost drawing and art, it definitely brought it back into my life. So I want to say thank you for that.
That makes me so happy to hear. And even if you don't want to do art as a career, right? Like
Just
art
take
and
it.
drawing is like, there's your career and then things that you like to do, and they don't always have to be the same thing. And so come draw in the studio.
Come draw. It's amazing. And I want to say thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you to the Douglas Campus Union staff. Thank you so much for making the salsa. It was amazing. It was delicious. It was spicy.
It's good.
And I got through it. And you guys got through it.
All good. I'm
good.
happy.
You guys are unfazed.
I would, gallon of each.
Well, I didn't dip it that much for preservation, of course.
I remember that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Coaches College YouTube channel. And we'll see you guys next time.